Let's go. Welcome to the Sharp Mind Show, episode 66. I'm Nate, the Fit Future MD, your host. Be sure to shop at InstaSell.com and pick you up a cool, inspirational t-shirt today. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with somebody that needs it. All right. So I think the older you get, the more legacy things end up ending in America. And so we got a 208-year legacy coming to an end in the Farmer's Almanac, the 2026 edition. So Farmer's Almanac announces that in 2026, that'll be their final year of publication, right? Which is crazy to think about. They've been publishing the Farmer's Almanac for 208 years. I don't even know if the United States is 208 years old or not. 2025 would be 1825, 200. Yeah, so it's a little bit more, it's almost as long as the United States, right? Has been going. But what the Farmer's Almanac is known for is they're known for their long-term weather predictions, their moon phases, fishing and gardening guides, and folk wisdom, right? So it's like the complete opposite of everything scientific, right? Like you use moon phases and weather patterns to figure out when to plant, when to do all kinds of things, like, and to be successful in farming, and all this, the wisdom that it had all these years. Definitely a surreal moment for the Farmer's Almanac to be ending in 2026. Let me know in the comments below, are you going to pick up the 2026 version of the Farmer's Almanac? And honestly, the truth of the matter is, I basically always just, when you're in the store with your parent, it's sitting up there, in the grocery store. So you're just kind of reading through it to see what it says. Or you'll see it on your grandparents, I guess as we slowly get rid of the family farm, it has gone downhill as far as sales for the publication of the Farmer's Almanac. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This episode is brought to you by London and the Googly Goo, which is my wife's children's book. Be sure to check out London and the Googly Goo, available on Amazon, if you have nieces, nephews, or children of your own. And be sure to check out next week for an announcement of something new coming from my beautiful wife. And we hope that you are anticipating it as much as we are. Right? All right. So on to the next one. So Trump TV press conference ends suddenly as healthcare executive faints or collapses. Now, basically everybody, wants healthcare costs to go down, right? But the truth is, when you have insurance, the healthcare cost is basically the same, right? So even though the GLP-1, so like Trump has successfully made it where GLP-1s are going to be cheaper, or the weight loss drugs from Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk will be cheaper, but it'll actually be cheaper for the insurance company, not necessarily for you, the patient, right? Because your copay is basically going to be the same. He hasn't reduced the copays, right? But this could have an overall effect of, okay, well, if you can get actual drug costs down because, so many people are living with chronic conditions that healthcare costs are rising, right? And so when healthcare costs rise, the whole pool has to pay more, right? As the whole pool gets more expensive, so does the insurance, right? Um, and that's basically what you're seeing across the board, right? Basically to the point where people are like, well, I'm just not going to have insurance, right? Like that's how bad it's gotten. But hopefully, if you can negotiate these costs down, then hopefully the costs will at least stop going up, right? And then maybe wages and all that can catch up. But probably not likely. Wages haven't really gone up. Have only really gone up because because of this inflation. But um, wages before that basically haven't gone up. So keep that in mind. But yeah. So the story was that um, Novo Nordisk healthcare executive Gordon Finley collapsed. He is actually doing okay, so he's fine. Um, I don't know if he was just standing for a long time at the White House or, he's kind of an older gentleman. Uh, but Dr. Oz was there, jumped right in, got the man some help, and they obviously canceled the press conference. But let me know what you guys think about the point is about the GLP-1s, about decreasing healthcare costs, right? Um, is this a good thing, or is this just a band-aid on a gaping wound? And it might be both, right? So just let me know what you guys think in the comments below. All right, so on to life coaching today. We got Chris. Chris says, if I'm supposed to love myself, why did I get born in a timeline where eggs cost $6.49? Chris says, if I'm supposed to love myself, why did I get born in a timeline where eggs cost $6.49? So if you really think about it, minimum wage is what, $7.25 minus taxes. You're looking at $6.50. So you work a whole hour as a minimum wage worker for a carton of eggs. Number one, not going to be so stingy with my eggs, right? So I'm not going to be buying the cage free whatever eggs. I'm going to be buying the store brand egg. My store brand egg is $6.99 for 30 eggs. But it did get up to I think $12.99 at one point, like when during the bird flu season or whatever. But that's not really the point here, right? So the point here is you have high inflation. Obviously a Gen Z person, but how much things cost should have no uh, impact on how much you love yourself, right? On the inside, right? That starts in mindset, right? So you change your mindset by using affirmations, right? You're put on this earth for a purpose. You're put on this planet for a reason. And you have to believe that in your mind, right? And if you don't, then it doesn't matter what the price of eggs are, you're not going to love yourself, right? So if you need affirmations to help fix that, mine are free in the description if you'd like to use them. But let's say the first thing they say, is you were made in the image of God. You were put on this earth to do great things, right? It's the first thing it says. So keep that in mind. That's talking about loving yourself because God made you for a purpose, right? And so what we're going to do for Chris is we're going to figure out what that purpose is, right? What is he good at? What's he naturally talented at, right? And some people are like, I'm not naturally talented at anything. No, there's something that you're good at, whether it be, writing, drawing, painting, video games. Like some people are just naturally good at video games. Some people have natural, athletic ability. Some people are very smart. There's for the human species to survive, you have to have a wide range of talents, right? And those talents, work together to survive, right? Because nature, wants to go um, back to all its natural elements, right? So basically, nature is there to kill you, and we're just fighting to survive on this earth, right? So keep that in mind. But that's what I would do for Chris. I start with affirmations, get his mindset right, and we're going to look to see what he's actually talented at. And we're going to get him doing that, right, and get him back to enjoying his life. What would you guys do for Chris? We're talking about inner love, and also talking about inflation. Like, inflation is tough. It's hard out there for a lot of people. And is it is it uh is it something we can work with? Is it something we can fix? Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. All right, and the last thing of the day is the quote of the day, and it says, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." Right, and that's by Rumi. Pain is not something to escape; it's something that transforms you. Right, so I would say there is something to be said about proving to the fact to yourself that you can get through something, right? Um, but to be truly successful in this world, it's basically a team effort, right? Um, it's basically who's your network, um, what can you accomplish together, right? Can you go in on deals together, get financing together, right? And basically, you stay poor or stay hopeless because you can't get a network, right? And or your network is not worth, you know, the people in your network are not helpful, right? They're just people that bring you down, that spend all their money, that don't have anything to invest, like, or don't even want to invest or believe in investing, or um, all that kind of stuff, right? So, I had this idea, like, you know, we probably got 5 or 6 people in my family, in my immediate family, that if we pulled all our money together, we could buy what I call triple net properties. We could purchase triple net properties, these big shopping centers, that kind of thing, and we could sit back and just get paid because they're triple net. The businesses do all the work. All we'd have to do is manage the property. But I pitched that idea to a few of them, and they weren't even interested, right? Because poor people um, believe in individualism, right? When the rich people are coming together as a group to do the projects that they're trying to do, right? They're raising money from people that don't even know, strangers, that are just in their network, so that they become successful, right? I'm saying, if you look at the example of Elon Musk and Tesla, Tesla almost went broke 5 times, and he went to his network and raised the money to keep Tesla afloat, right? The reason he's worth, was it $500 billion or whatever the crazy amount is, and he's about to get a $1 trillion pay package for Tesla. The reason he's worth that much is because of his network, right? Truthfully, because without his network, Tesla doesn't exist, right? Even as a public company, they about ran out of money. And even because of his mistakes, they were about to run out of money. It's not like it wasn't his fault they were about to run out of money, but he was able to go raise money. for Tesla, right? And keep Tesla afloat when, it really shouldn't have been afloat, right? It really should have been, you know, a division of GM after being bought up in bankruptcy, right? So keep that in mind. I know this isn't really talking about, like, the quote today is not really talking about this kind of stuff, but that really kind of, the truth is the opposite, right? So yeah, you do want to be able to get through some pain. You do be able to be tough and fight through things. But at the end of the day, you can't face the fight alone, right? You have to build a network, and you have to find people that have common interests that want to do deals together, right? And that's actually how you're going to get rich, like really rich. The game of the rich, not just financially free rich, but the game of the rich, right? So keep that in mind. Stop playing Monopoly by yourself. Get a group of people together, and buy back your block, buy back the neighborhood you grew up in, stuff like that, right? So let me know what you guys think of this in the comments below. I'm Nate, and I'm a life coach. If you need help setting stuff up like this, you need help setting up your network, let's get you started with life coaching. It's $2,000 for a year, right? And if I don't help you, I don't improve your life, I'll give you the $2,000 back, right? 100% money back guarantee after a year. Be sure to shop at InstaSell.com, pick up a cool inspirational t-shirt today, and buy my wife's book, London and the Goo Goo Goo, and be on the lookout for her newest thing coming next week. And we'll see you in the next one.